Hello student, welcome back in our lecture 2 of the chapter motion. Today we study about the different types of motion. In this chapter we have to focus on the linear and circular motions, but we also study about the different type of motions. So basically in this chapter right now we discuss that linear motion, curvilinear motion, circular motion, periodic motion, vibratory motion and oscillatory motion. One by one we discuss these all things. So what is linear motions? Linear motions. So how can we define the linear motions? So linear motion, that is that motion or an object will be in linear motion when their motions will be along in a straight path or a linear path. So motion along a straight path. Consider that this man moving along this straight path. So this man moving along a straight path, consider that this man have a motions of a linear type of motions. So basically the motion along a straight path or a linear path is called a linear motion. Now what is curvilinear motion? So curvilinear, the word itself defines the curve, that is the motion along a curved path. The motion along a curved path. So the curved path may be of different types. That is, it is not necessary that this is also a curved path, right? So, but if we consider A, B, and C, D, so from A to B, the motion is in a straight path. B to C, the motion is in a straight path. C to D is the motion in a straight path. But from A to C, we consider that motion along a curved path. A to D, we consider along a motion along a curved path. So, for example, so from A to B, it is a straight path. Again B to C, it is a straight path. So A to B, linear. B to C, linear. A to C, curvilinear. A to D, curvilinear. B to A, linear. So basically in these examples we try to understand that what do you mean that what is the linear motions and what is curvilinear motions. So basically motion along a straight path is a linear motion. Motion along a curved path is called a curvilinear motions. Now circular motion, so similarly the motion along a circular path. So this is circle. If a person starts with point A and this person moves from A to B or B to C or C to A again. So motion along a circular path is called a circular motions. What is periodic motion, vibratory motion and oscillatory motions? So let's define these three terms. Periodic motions, let's try to understand that what is periodic, oscillatory and vibratory motions. So periodic, oscillatory and vibrate. These three types of motions are defined as to and fro motions. To and fro motion or back and forth. To and fro motion or back and forth motion. So basically the periodic motion, oscillatory motion and vibratory motion, these three motions have one similarity, that it is a to and fro motions. Consider the example of pendulums. So that when the pendulum will be moves, so they will move continuously in to and fro motions. But is that oscillatory motions or is that periodic motions or is that vibratory motions? So basically oscillatory motions, one, we can define that oscillatory motion, the to and fro motions of an object is known as oscillatory motions. Okay. Then what is the difference in periodic and vibratory motions? So in case of periodic motions, these to and fro motions will always happens at a regular interval of time. So to and fro motions, when to and fro motions at a regular interval of time. Regular interval of time. So that is called periodic motion. So when to and fro motions will occurs at a regular interval of time, then it is called periodic motions. So periodic have another type of motion, that is non-periodic. Okay. So what does it mean non-periodic? So to and fro motions at irregular time interval. So consider the pendulum of clock. The pendulum of clock will always in a to and fro motions, but they always move with a regular time interval. That means from mean positions they will go towards one side of the peak. At the same time they will go from mean side to the other side of the peak, and in this way they will always move in to and fro motions at regular interval of time. Okay. But now we consider that we suspended in a free environment, we suspended a ball in a free environment and we try to move. Okay, so we just put a force on a mean position, so they start to move in one direction and then again they come back to the mean position and move back to the move in opposite directions. Okay, so we see we observe that due to external influence, that is fluid frictions or some different type of natural effects, they will slowly stops. Okay, so basically what happens here, that due to external effect there is a irregular time of interval. They are to and fro motions, but they are in irregular time of interval. Okay, and at certain point of time they will come into the rest and they will come into the mean positions. So what we understand, that the to and fro motion is considered as an oscillatory motions. When the to and fro motions is at regular interval of time, then it will be considered as periodic motions. When the to and fro motions will occurs at irregular interval of time, then it is a non-periodic motions. Now we try to understand what is vibratory motion. Vibratory motion is also a to and fro motions, but now we talk about the systems. In periodic motions or non-periodic motions, the whole system, the whole body will comes into the to and fro motions. But in vibratory motions, there is a certain part of the body that will move in to and fro motions. So basically the vibratory motion is also a to and fro motions, but in vibratory motions the whole body will not vibrate. There is a certain part of that body, or that is a specific part of that body that will vibrate along a to and fro motions, along a mean positions. So that is called the vibratory motions. So consider an example. We take a two. We consider. We consider an elastics, and just we put that elastics in these two fingers, and one person will vibrate from the one side of elastics, right? So you can observe that the other side of elastics will not vibrate, the other side of elastic will not move. The which type of elastics that will be stretched and leave, then that time we will observe that that part of the elastics will only vibrates, or that part of elastic will only do and fro motions. So basically what we understand about the oscillatory motion, about the periodic motion, and the non-periodic motion, as well as the vibratory motion, these all are the to and fro motions with certain difference. So oscillatory motions simply define that an object is said to be initial oscillatory motion when it moves along the to and fro path along its mean positions. But an object is said to be in periodic motions when it will be oscillates at certain interval of time, at a regular interval of time. And non-periodic motions, when an object oscillates, that means when an object moves along the to and fro path at irregular time of interval, that is called non-periodic motions. And what do we understand about the periodic or non-periodic motions? That in case of periodic and non-periodic motions, the whole body will oscillate, whole body will comes into the to and fro motions along either they will motion at a regular interval of time or irregular interval of time. That doesn't matter, but the whole body will moves. But in case of vibratory motions, there is a certain part of the body, there is a specific part of the body that will only vibrate, or that will only oscillates, or that will move along to and fro motions. And that motions may be of a certain maybe of a regular interval of time, or that may be of a irregular interval of time. That is another things. But the specific, when the specific part of any systems, or when the specific part of any body will vibrate or will do and fro motions, then it is considered as a vibratory motion. So today's lecture we studied the different type of motions, but in this chapter we have lots of discussions about the linear motions, and in last we'll discuss about some part of the circular motions, and there are different concepts about the circular motions. In next class we will start distance and displacement. Okay, so in next class we will discuss about the distance and displacements, and the various concepts, various relations between the distance and displacement. Thank you.